Alright, dude, it's me, Z, and I want you to close your eyes and scream as loud as you can what comes to your mind when I say The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Pokemon, Donkey Kong. Now I'm willing to bet that 1, your eardrums are now busted from screaming, and 2, almost all of you thought of the unique gameplay these games offer, and that's totally fair. I'm also willing to bet that not one of you screamed out into the abyss, "Mario Odyssey? OMG, I love the story, it makes me cry every time." Or, "The thought-provoking implications of Donkey Kong's epic yet devastating quest for banana conquest leaves me satisfied beyond measure." So where am I going with this? I'll tell you where. I'm talking about Nintendo's first-party game philosophy. And it's a simple but effective one that is as follows. Gameplay and art style first, story and graphics last. Now I'll be talking about art style versus graphics in another follow-up video, so stay subscribed for that. Now, what does it mean that Nintendo puts gameplay above story? When Nintendo is making a game, they always put a unique spin on how you interact with the game. They take a gameplay mechanic, cultivate all they can from it, and put the game out with a loose story to follow. Then, when Nintendo wants a sequel, they try to iterate on this mechanic, squeeze all they can out of the ideas they can, rinse and repeat, bada bing bada boom. This, with few exceptions, pays off for them. Easy example, Mario. Mario's known for his games iterating off of his main mechanic of jumping. The 2D Mario games introduce us to the simple idea of jumping to kill enemies, and jumping to avoid falling or dying, otherwise known as platforming. Then, when the 3D age came, Nintendo led the charge with a little game titled Super Mario 64. And not to make this video a super huge slobberfest for Mario 64, I'll keep it brief. It changed the world by showing us what 3D platforming could and should look like. Everybody knows this. If you don't, go play this game. It's amazing. Then Mario Sunshine comes out on GameCube. It adds FLUDD to help with precise platforming. Super Mario Galaxy follows that. It adds gravity components, so on and so forth. Nowhere in here did I mention the story, and I'm sure you all know it. Princess Peach has been captured by Bowser. Save her. Mario isn't the only franchise Nintendo does this with. Yoshi, Kirby, Donkey Kong, Pokemon all iterate on their formula to add new gameplay mechanics that keep us coming back, while mostly ignoring the story. Even Legend of Zelda, which has a little more focus on its story, is no Last of Us or God of War in that department. So the question becomes, why doesn't Nintendo just create more elaborate stories and also innovate in the gameplay arena? It's simple. Nintendo wants you to create the story. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's look at Breath of the Wild as an example. Breath of the Wild has a decent little story setup. You go and defeat Ganon and save Princess Zelda to restore Hyrule. Super elaborate, right? Wrong. Why does this game work so well then? After all, shouldn't a vast open fantasy world like Zelda's need a tight, fleshed out storyline to follow? Here's why it works. It gives people the freedom to create their own adventure. Example, my favorite moment from my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild is seeing the green dragon, Farosh, for the first time. I was busy crossing the Bridge of Hylia, minding my own business, and I look up, and what do I see? I see this big Shenron looking dragon flying above me. And what did I do? I was paralyzed. I was paralyzed with fear. I was scared to keep moving because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Would this dragon fight me? I wasn't strong enough to beat him. So I was paralyzed with fear. So naturally, I chose the coward's way out and stood in fear until he went away. Don't judge me. I know you would have done the same thing, and I know you did do the same thing. Anyway, I remember calling my brother, telling him about the experience, and him saying, "What dragon? Are you talking about the sand serpent?" I didn't even know what he was talking about. I hadn't gotten there yet, and he didn't know what I was talking about because he hadn't gotten there yet. I realized then that everyone had their own experience and that the memories I created, the story I made, was uniquely my own. I'm sure you've had this moment, dude. Pick a Nintendo game. The mushroom that helped you boost up and beat your rival by 1 millisecond in Mario Kart. The first time you walked out of the Temple of Time as a fully grown Link in Ocarina of Time, ready to face Ganondorf. Or, I don't know, the first time a challenger approached in Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mewtwo. You failed to beat him, you couldn't unlock him, you sucked at the time. Point is, did Mario change the world with its story? No, but that's the point. Mario, Zelda, Pokemon are all about you creating your story. And that's what keeps these games in our hearts for life. These memories you would have never created if there was a drawn out path for you, and they're priceless. These magical moments will always pop into your mind when you see a new entry in your favorite franchise begging you to create more memories. Stories are a dime a dozen when they aren't your own, and Nintendo knows that. That's why they will always put gameplay first, to give you the tools to make stories that will endure for life. So that's it, dude. Now it's your turn. I'd really love to hear about some of your favorite memories that you've created from various Nintendo games. Was it that moment when you lost to Mewtwo because you sucked when you were a little kid? I know that wasn't me. I was always a pro at Smash Bros. Anyway, leave a comment down below. leave a like if you liked the video, and if you enjoyed this style of video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more of them. Alright, dude, talk to you later.